Yay!
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Becky, for having me. I'm super excited. So this is like I think Becky and I's idea about this is to be able to answer questions. And if you haven't gone to the Recreating You game page and checked it out, I encourage you to do that just because there's a video on there that will explain more than what I have here. But the big thing about this is if you followed Abraham Hicks and you heard about the state and the art of allowing, where your body is open, and if you're in the state of allowing, anything and everything can come to you, right? All your resistance is out of the way. So when you're putting out into the world your dreams and your manifestations and trying to generate a vibrancy and a frequency that will attract to you what you want, very often what happens is there's this way in which our physical resistance gets in the way. I call it being closed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through it again because there's a couple people on the call that hasn't felt this. And then I want to share with you how that applies to what we're doing for 2 weeks and what it will mean at the end of the 2 weeks. So if you'll just, put your feet on the floor and your hands in your lap, if you can just sit up for a minute and close your eyes. And what I'm going to do is have you feel the bottom of your feet. And when you do, you might notice a little sensation, a little energy there. As you're feeling the bottom of your feet, they might start to feel a little heat or a little tingling. And all I'm doing is I'm just bringing you into the awareness of your body because that's where your internal guidance system is. Just feel the bottom of your feet. Now feel the palms of your hands. Once again, you might feel a little energy there, a little tingling sensation, just a little heat as you bring your awareness there. Now, as you're paying attention to the bottom of your feet and the palms of your hands at the same time, I'm going to give you 2 sentences. Just let them float through your mind like a cloud does through the sky. Don't try to argue with them. If your mind argues with them, just let it go. Feel your feet in your hands again and let it float through. And here's the first sentence. I do not have an internal guidance system. I do not have an internal guidance system. Just notice any sensation between your throat and your upper solar plex area. I do not have an internal guidance system. Then feel your feet and your hands again. Just really put your awareness on there. And here's the second sentence. I do have an internal guidance system. Noticing any sensation between your throat and your solar plex area. I do have an internal guidance system. All right, wiggle your toes, open your eyes. So how was that? Can someone, whoever would like to unmute and share, what did that feel like for you?
I didn't really feel anything. Sorry.
You didn't feel anything. Okay, that's all right. That does happen. This exercise works for about 85 to 90% of the people, but that doesn't mean you don't have one. I'll explain in a minute how it works. Anyone else feel anything?
When you said I do not have, I felt real tight in here.
In the throat, chest or throat?
Kind of in the whole area, right in here.
Uh-huh.
And
Yes.
then when you said we do have an internal guidance system, it's like, oh, I can breathe.
You can breathe again. It releases. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I felt
Anybody
the
else
same
want
way.
to?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So great. We'll go ahead and mute you guys again because I know we want to keep it brief because it's late. So what I've been researching and discovering for 23 years is that, and all the history of this, the longer version of this is in other videos that I've done that we can turn you on to. But when you have a tight lump in your throat, a tightness in your chest, a sick feeling in the pit of your stomach, that's closing. That's what most people report when they hear, I do not have an internal guidance system. I call it closing. It's also stress. Whenever you feel worry, fear, anxiety, overwhelm, frustration, irritation, when you're feeling like you're procrastinating or you're feeling guilt, and there's more to that, but those are the big ones. Whenever you're feeling that, you are closed. And what I've discovered is that means that what you're thinking is either not true or not going to happen. When you get a lump in your throat, a tightness in your chest, a sick feeling in your stomach, that means it's not true what you're thinking. And it's only in relationship to what you're thinking. It's never in relationship to like that person or that situation or that thing. And so what I've been guiding people to do is to pivot and shift their thinking to get that second feeling, that opening feeling. I got chills just now, just even doing that, where you open. And when that releases to the second sentence, I do have an internal guidance system that's opening. That means that what you're thinking is on track. It is true. It's moving you towards what your highest alignment is for you. And it's what I've discovered is that this internal guidance system, we're all born with it. Everyone has it. So if you've ever felt those stress feelings, worry, fear, anxiety, all of those that I just said, you are feeling your internal guidance system. What happens is between the ages of 0 and 7, we watch the world around us and how people interact, how they fight, what makes them happy, what makes them sad. And our mind begins programming that. And as we go through our life, we take this on, but it's not who we are. It's inauthentic for us. Our stress and all of these different things that come up, what irritates us, what frustrates us, what makes us procrastinate. And so we were born with a perfect blueprint of what we're here to achieve. And then this stuff kind of gets piled on top of us. And in the midst of that, as we're trying to go through our lives, when you feel that closing, it's a little alarm bell that your internal guidance system is telling you that what you're thinking is not only off your blueprint, but it's not even true for you. And so the game is it's called the ReCreating You game. Because the goal of it is to show you all these little ways that we can just peel back with love and ease and grace. It's really simple. Anyone can do it. We're going to show you how to peel back these layers and get back to being more you, feeling more like you. What ends up happening is you feel centered, you feel calm, you feel like you know what you want to do. Things that you like kind of where your mind hijacks you and sweeps you away and you turn in kind of an asshole or a bitch and you're just not that nice. All this little stuff that kind of happens. Sorry if you have kids in the background. Okay, good. I live with a police officer, so our house has a little bit of graphic language. Anyways, all this way in which we kind of get hijacked into becoming something we don't want to be. Well, what I'm here to tell you is if you've tried to stop that over and over and over again throughout the years, it's not your fault that you can't. It's this programming, this 0 to 7 programming. But if you learn how to use your internal guidance system, you learn it's like, boom, it's like, ooh, here's that thing that I'm about to go into where things don't work out for me so well. So that's the first part. The second part is you're learning how to be in a state of allowing. So all these juicy work that you do, if you do any visualization or you put any positive thought out there in the world, or you get really excited about your desires and get pumped up, you get this place, it's awesome. And then you go throughout your day and bam, the guy behind you honks at the red light, when you're looking at your phone accidentally and you get all flustered for the day. And the next 15 minutes, you're cussing him out in his head or feeling shame or whatever it is. That stuff is the closing that gets in the way of you being in a state of allowing. And the game is about teaching you how throughout your day, how to pivot and stay open over and over and over again. And what happens is that it creates a new neural pathway. It actually creates a new way of being. It gets rid of the programming between 0 and 7, and you are completely in control of it. So that's what the game is about. It's about showing you how powerful this amazing thing is that you were born with and giving you simple little practices that you can physically feel all day long. And then we're going to be competing. It's like the more people that show up and give us their experiences, there's prizes. I've got an amazing 12-week program, and then I'm also starting a feminine mastermind group. It's for feminine power and leadership about creating your dreams. And it's a 4-month program. And there's a select group of women. The grand prize will be in a mastermind with me, where we'll pick out what dreams you want to achieve in the coming year, and we'll launch you in the 4-month period. And that's the grand prize for the game. So I'd love to take questions. I kind of did it as fast as I can because I know everybody was like, keep it short and sweet. So short and sweet. Do you have questions? No? What do you think of what do you think of the idea of the internal guidance system and what I'm saying?
I think it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited for what's to come. I was in an 8-hour social media summit today, so that's where the short and sweet came from. I've been on my computer since. Yeah, I was.
Were you doing the Eric Moore live event? Oh, was it good? My girlfriend Melissa
it was
doing
really
nice.
good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. It was just a long day of computer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, thank you for being here after all that. Yeah. I heard it was amazing. My other friend was on it too. So
It was good.
good.
I'm really excited for this class.
Yeah, this is,
thank you.
I've really been kind of wanting to promote this and get as many people in. I am so amazed, and I guess I'm really in awe about what we have to learn, of what, what we've really been born with. I just think it's just part of the alignment of what at least in my faith, what God has for us, but it's dialing into that sense of where we're supposed to be directed from, but dialing into our own bodies. Just for those of you that know me, know that I love the whole concept of your body doesn't lie. This is dialing into the truth of your body and listening to it. And I call it divine navigation. So I just can't wait to learn more about the journey of divine navigation. And it's really coming through being fully present in your own body. So Zen, thank you. I'm excited about this. And
I want to just, Carol, it's okay. I want to ask Carol. Carol works with me, and she's been studying this now solidly for 3 years with me. And she knows, so she works by my side. She sees it all. Can you share just a little bit about how things have changed? The biggest things that have changed for you that you're excited about?
So, looking back on how I used to be, this whole childhood programming thing really resonates with me. I was raised to always expect to be yelled at. So even when, fairly recent-ish, a boss called me and I knew he was going to give me a promotion, but my brain went to, I did something wrong. And, the clench and the, So working with Zen has let me, and my IGS has let me really release that. I can feel myself closing. I'm like, okay, that's not true. And it's gotten to the point where I can't even believe it anymore. I used to also pick at, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what my future is. I'm single again after a long-term marriage. I have no kids. What's going to happen to me? I'm going to end up homeless under a bridge. And I'm like, I can't even go there anymore. It's not true for me. It's just not going to happen. So I'm really noticing my body is, after 3 years, is finally giving up the addiction to that scared thing. And there are some days where I just have amazing days. I'm flowing to the parking space is good, and I do this errand kind of out of turn. And they're like, oh, you have to make an appointment. Oh, what? That guy just canceled? Okay, come in and go now. And it's just awesome. I feel happier. I'm not worried. I know I'm here doing what I'm supposed to be here doing. It's awesome. I love it. I call her everybody I know and tell them about Zen.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me too. I was, when I started this, in 1993, I got the Abraham Hicks a cassette tape. And at the time, I was really mean, believe it or not. People can't even imagine. I was so angry. When I would get angry, I would throw things. Very judgmental. I came from a Christian fundamentalist background where I was, looking down on everybody and better than them. And I had my connection to God, but I was using it as an ego thing. And there was just a whole bunch of stuff that really was unhappy. It was like, if that's not a good place to live, it's hard to be intimate with people, and people were actually afraid of me because I was intimidating. And over the course of my life, I can't even tell you the difference in I'm soft, I'm feminine, I have trust, I can hold my own in really incredible situations where there's a lot of power in the room because I just can feel what is my place to be, where I'm to be and where I'm not to be, and what to say and what not to say. And life has been magical. There are things that I've gotten to be invited to there's no other way than my IGS bringing me there. And where there's this, it's just really magical experiences. One of them was being invited to join the Transformational Leadership Council and being voted in, and not having done anything to even try to do that. And it's a big prestigious thing. And I literally just following my IGS got there, opening to opening to opening. So I'm excited to bring you in and have you a part of this game. And also, this is my life's work. I'm just super grateful that you're taking the time to learn it, because as I've been talking with Becky, I do believe with all of my beingness, and it opens me fully, that if we were all using this as our guidance, that what would happen is it would be incredibly fun and joyous and easy to create a paradise on this planet. Like everything would get cleaned up, everyone would be taken care of, and we all have an amazing role to play. It's just we don't know how to do it. And when you're moving and following through the openings, it's easy. And so that's why I'm absolutely committed to this. And I also want to make it super fun to learn and really juicy and engaging. And so the ReCreating You game. It's a great first step.
I'm going to say one last pitch for you all. It's only Saturday. I had Zen come onto this call on purpose because we still have all day tomorrow to invite people in. And so, because it doesn't start till Monday. So if I'll get this recording downloaded and put it back into our little chat room so you could share it if you want. But the link that we have shares what this is all about. But now you've met Zen, and that was important to me for all of you to meet this beautiful woman who I've gotten to know, and we're getting to know each other at a fast track for whatever divine open reasons. But I wanted you guys to meet her so you could really feel her for yourself. And that little track she's talking about, that she's no small deal. She's going global, you guys, and we get her for 2 weeks. And we're going to get a little extra dose of her in that 2-week period as well, just for joining.
That's right. Yeah, anyone that signs up through this Becky and things, and we have a link that once you enroll, if you enroll 3 other people, you get yours refunded, you get yours free. And then also anyone that comes under Becky to enroll, we're going to do special coaching calls, at least 2, but possibly 3, depending on how many people we have, to answer your questions, to give you personal coaching, to really kind of amp up the game for you personally. So that way we can, once you start getting it, you can be like, okay, so I've got this going on now. I got chills. That's a good sign. I got this going on now, and this is happening. And so we can really get in and dig deep as to what's occurring, because the moment that you make the intention to learn how to do this, and this is what I found with all the students that jump in, the universe already begins lining up, because your angels and your guides are already getting excited that they're going to get this access with you and to get to be a part of this conversation with you and get to show up in this moment. This 2 weeks magic is the norm, and they're waiting to show you that about your life. And so I'm excited about these coaching calls so that we can dig into that stuff really deeply together and just turbocharge it. Just turbocharge it together.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us, Zen. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm going to stop the recording.